Hello Flosstube, it's me again. Sorry it's the end of the month that you're getting this update, but hey, it's an update. The project that I started previously, or said I was going to start, the big logo project, I'm going to restart, so I'm not showing anything to do with that. In fact, what remained of, like when I cut that section out so I could reuse the rest of the data for something else. What remains of that section I cut out is under my bed somewhere, and I'm not fishing out. The issue is, when I was doing the stitching, you kept seeing all these obvious diagonal lines of where each section started. No idea why. Could be my sort of dividing up my 10 by 10 blocks diagonally in half. I'm not sure. With the, with the pencil I was using to mark it, even though it was lightly marked. It's still showing through, I think. I don't know, or it could just be the way I was stitching it. So that's going to be a restart, and thus will not be shown till, restarted. Most likely the next video will be shown. Instead, I decided to move on to doing the fourth and final picture of them, of the sheep. I know it's going to be awkward to see because it's in a Polly Pocket-esque thing, but it's called You Are My Sunshine, and it looks like there's a bit of a beach near one bit of the farm, and all the remainder of the sheep are there. And now for this one, I decided to do a different style of diagonal stitching. There's actually one of the other members of the For the Love of Diagonal Stitch and Cross Stitch group. As opposed to just working standard diagonal that way or that way, she actually does it block by block. So you got first block, and then second two, and then the others. So I think it goes like that. And to better explain, so it's more like a step thing as opposed to your standard diagonal down. It's like going in steps. So that's where mine is now. I'm currently working on down here, finishing this block off, and then I got this one to do. And then I'll be going across there, and basically the same way I did it before, but in this case it's a 10 by 10 block. As opposed to like half the blocks. So, still getting the full picture. We got the boat, part of the sort of beachy, rivery, I don't know, lake or something. Some of the mountain in the background. Believe it or not, that's a sheep down there. And the green underneath is supposed to be the shadow of it for some reason. And there's a setting sun up here. Hence the colour of the sky. So, yeah, that's that one. Now, another project after I'm finished that, I'll be going back to, if you remember rightly, previously I said I may go back to doing the Birthstone Dragons, and now that it is the 30th of September, I have no excuse, because the one I'm currently working on, and this is going to be awkward to see because it's colours, darn opals, is the current one according to the dates, from today to the 27th of October. So that was current up to yesterday, and now it's that one today onwards. So, yeah. Continue on with them. When I've done that picture, if I've not already got started with the other one. This could be weird, because I'm not used to doing half a ton of different pictures at once. I'll do a picture and then pause it, do something else if it comes to it, and then come back to it later. But this thing's been paused for 2 years, so literally it was just under 2 years since I've actually stitched this, or just, I don't know, maybe less than that, I don't know. It's been a while. So yeah, I'll be working on that, at least that one dragon, to finish it off. Especially the current one. I may move on to the next one. I've forgotten what it was. Oh yeah, Jasper Dragon. This is the one after it, and I chose blue because there's not really all that much proper blue in there. You see the light blue for some other dragons to help highlight things, but in general, no. And I'm actually, for Umbrella, I chose to use the Sapphire Dragon. Because really there's not that much change of colour, if any. It was just changed the look of the stone. I think it was took out a few lines to give it more rounded appearance as opposed to sort of different angles. And the last, oh yeah, and a couple of things I want to show. One of them is a purchase. Oh, by the way, this bit of fabric here was actually one of the chunks cut off of the fabric that was being used for the logo. So yeah, there's that bit. You can see that bit, and if you notice, it's nice and clear. It's white 14 count Ada. And the reason I'm pointing out is that it's nice and clear, apart from the fact I washed it. You know, I actually tented the whole let's wash fabric, see what it's like. I've never done that, but well, with some of the other fabric that I was using for it, I did actually wash it, but it's still kind of crumpled because, yeah, I didn't iron it. But this is some of the other fabric, or some other parts of the fabric. But the reason I'm showing that is because this morning these arrived. I ordered them, I think it was a couple of weeks back. They were supposed to arrive either Thursday or Friday, but our post. You know, they probably did end up in Dunfermline, which is only 20 minutes away. If you're going via the main post office, that's about 17, if that. 15 to 17 minutes away. Because literally that's on the outskirts of Dunfermline, this side. As in, as you're entering Dunfermline, you drive past Asda, which is UK Walmart. And instead of turning to go to a roundabout that leads to the main town, just past Asda, you turn right, and there's the main post office, where all the parcels go, and then they get distributed out. It's like, thanks, Royal Mail. Anyway, and please note, these pens actually came from the other side of Scotland, where some of my family members live. These came from Glasgow, which is the west coast of Scotland, and as I said, I have family members live over there. That's like a couple of hours on a motorway, on the M8 to be precise, aka the road I always fall asleep on for some reason. Always have done since I was a kid. But yeah, you know, these things only did about 2-hour distance, and I didn't get them till this morning. Again, you gotta love Royal Mail. I don't know about the US, etc. Postal Service, but you gotta love the UK one. Anyway, yeah, and the last thing I want to show is something I was helping to trial. Now, this is on, as you can see, my tablet. It's on an Android device. If you have a tablet, Android phone, or BlueStacks for, you know, either your PC, Mac, or whatever, there's this new cross-stitch program out called Pattern Keeper. There's actually a Facebook group for it known as, I think it's Stitching with Pattern Keeper. I'm actually a member of it. In fact, I've actually had this program since it was in early access. Actually, I think it still is technically in early access, so I'm one of the beta testers, technically. But this is going to be awkward to see because it's my screen, and as you know, it loves to shift around. And sometimes the thing thinks I'm coming out with programs. Pretty much, you can put your patterns in it. The main ones it works with is Hades. Because I think that was the initial one it's developed with, but the creator of the program is adding more and more as she goes. I've got a few that I've not worked on, including the logo. In fact, those ones there that you see, I did with WinStitch. And that was the one that sent her, I sent her the ICG one to help her, you know, get her program to read PDFs made with WinStitch. I'm not sure if it'll read the ones to do with MacStitch, because there's another member of the group that has that. You know, has the Apple version of the program, but yeah. I recommend looking it up. But it's basically you load up one of the PDFs, and basically it's a digital program that you can use. It's a bit like using PDF viewers and all that sort of stuff. And it's trying to remember what other things that folks with Apple devices get to use. I'm sure you know what I mean, like the folks that do the patterns digitally, they use the various cross-stitch programs, but it's basically the Android version. And it's really good. In fact, some folks that do have Apple devices deliberately went out and got tablets and Amazon Kindles just so they could use this program. That tells you how promising this program is. So, if you have a chance, I recommend you download the trial. It'll last you 2 weeks, and then after that, it's whatever conversion of £7.99 is to you, which I think normally for UK to US money is about, I think for the dollars it'd be about $9-10. Because if it was $7.99 to me, it'd be about $9.99. So it'd be about $10, I think. I could be wrong, but standardly there's like 2 digits difference. That's why whenever I got the Bendy and Ink Machine chapters, it was always $3.99, but when the Americans got it was $5.99. Because there was always those 2 digits difference. So, yeah. But because it being Android, it's Google Play, hence why if you have an Android device, BlueStacks, or a Kindle, Amazon Kindle device that's got Google Play on it, you can download and use this. Yeah, I'd recommend importing 1 or 2 patterns into it just to check, because being, early access type thing, it's, as I said, developers. Basically, it's on it as it goes, as she goes. So, it's something I highly recommend. I'll put a link to the Facebook page and the Google Play page down in the description for those that might be interested. So, yeah, I'd showcase like the actual this in action, but I've not used it for checking off anything because I've not started any of these patterns yet. Well, the Wonderinson I've already done, so that doesn't count, but for the other 3. One of them I'm redoing, the other 2 I've not even touched, so yeah. But when it comes to that, I'll probably be able to show off progress as I go. But if you want any tutorials on how to use the program, there's Karen Bug, who has the Needlebug channel. I can't remember if I mentioned her before, I might have. But she's the one that I learnt all the diagonal cross stitch from. The diagonal way of putting it on your fabric. And she's actually got 2 tutorial videos on it. So I recommend going to her channel and checking them out if you wish to try out that program. Anyway, I think that's all I actually have to share for now. Hopefully the next update won't be that long off. And you may get cross-stitching with it. And yeah, be warned about the audio with that cross-stitch. Because I decided to do some local ambience. And by that I meant I kind of killed the batteries. The 2 AA batteries I just put in my camera. Recording 320p video. I put it down to the lowest resolution that my camera allows you to record at, which is 320. You get your good old HD and then your standard 2 types of. What I usually do these in is 480. But I dropped that down to 320 because it gives you just over 50 minutes. Yeah, it's, and these were brand new AA's and it probably chewed into them, and I was only recording for half an hour. At least it was nice to know how long it took for me to get from here to the community garden. Because it was literally me walking from this house to the community garden. I'm thinking of uploading the actual video itself in general onto the channel, but for those that might want to watch it, be warned it is very janky because the cord that allows me to wear the camera on the neck, the one that you basically put over your neck, it attaches to the side of the camera. It doesn't do both sides, it's just one, so the camera keeps flailing about and sometimes spins round. So those bits I had to do. I don't think people would appreciate seeing my jacket. What you could see of it, so I might go through the video, because I've already sorted the audio part, so you can actually hear it because I had to turn it up in places. But I might go through it and actually see if I can find clear images and do screenshots of each section I was at. So you get a steady sort of look of Inverkeithing. You get a small tour of where I live. And you'll finally get to see what the community garden looks like. Properly. Anyway, that's if I decide to upload it. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna get going.